Hey there, students. On this clip, we're going to be going over two examples on how to find inverses. This is going to be a review clip. Um, we're going to find the inverse and then verify our results with the graph, okay? All right, so let's write down the instructions for the notes. Find the inverse. Find the inverse of the following functions. Of the following functions. And then verify the results, graphically. All right, so the first question we're going to look at is the function f of x equals 2x plus 4. Okay, so to write this function in a formulation that makes it easy to take the inverse, I'm going to replace f of x with y. I'm going to have y equals 2x plus 4. I'm going to switch the x's and the y's, and then I'm going to solve for my new y. Okay, so I'm now going to have x equals 2y plus 4. Alright, that's the whole idea behind an inverse is switching an input with output and getting a new output. That will be your inverse, okay? So to get this inverse, I'll subtract 4 from both sides and divide by 2. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. I'll subtract 4. And we're going to have, let's switch it around. 2y equals x minus 4. And I'll divide every single term by 2 to get y isolated. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. Alright, so we're going to have y equals 1 half x minus 2. So the inverse of the function is simply an inverse of negative x is equal to 1 over 1 half x minus 2. Okay? All right, so now let's go ahead and graph them. Let's start with by graphing the function. So graph, we're going to graph it on the right side. Make sure you do this on a graph paper so you have an accurate graph. So for f of x equals 2x plus 4, for this one, the slope m is 2 over 1, which basically means you rise 2 and run 1, starting from the y-intercept, which is 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and graph that. We're going to make our coordinate system. All right, so the first thing you graph, of course, is your y-intercept, which is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your y-axis. So that again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what we're going to do is to find the next point that defines our line, we're going to rise 2 and run 1. So 1, 2 over 1. Okay, to create more points, I can fold 2 back up 1, fold 2 back up 1, fold 2 back up 1. The more points I have, the more accurate it is. Okay, so there goes the points that define the line f of x. All right, so let's draw our line through the points. So there goes f of x. All right, so next we're going to go ahead and graph g of x. So for g of x, we have 1 half x minus 2. So for this one, the slope is 1 over 2. It basically means you rise 1 and run 2. You're going to be starting from negative 2 on the y-axis, which is also known as your y-intercept. Okay, so you graph negative 2. You rise 1, run 2, 1, 2. Rise 1, run 1, 2. Go down 1, back up 1, 2. Go down 1, back up 1, 2. Go down 1, back up 1, 2. Okay, so these are the points that define the inverse. All right, so go ahead and draw a line through the points like that. And also to indicate geometrically that these are lines, we have to put arrows at the tail ends of these segments that drew. Okay, so we got an arrow here to indicate it's a line going infinitely in all directions. Okay, so if this is accurate, then these lines should intersect with the line y equals negative x, and these should be mirror images of each other. So let's draw the line y equals negative x. That goes along the center, starting from 0, 0, right down there. You rise 1, run 1, rise 1, run 1, keep doing that. Pull 1, go back 1, pull back, pull 1, go back 1. Those are the lines that define the mirror line, the line of reflection, which is y equals x. So let's draw that using the dotted line. Okay. So using the dotted line, we're going to draw the line y equals x, and you can see that it goes right through the center. All right. So there you have it. So this shows that our answer is correct. Let's just label it real quick, just to show, indicate what we just found. This is the line f of x, which is equal to 2x plus 4. This is the line g of x, which is equal to 1/2 x minus 2. And this is the mirror line, y equals x, that shows you the line where you invert your x's and your y's. Okay? So there you have it. So graphically, this is correct, because all three lines intersect at a point, and you can see the reflection happening here. All right, let's go ahead and apply the same procedure for question number 2. So for question 2, we have the function g of x equals 1/2 x plus 2. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is write it in a way that's mostly convenient. So I'm going to replace this g of x with y. So y equals 1/2 x plus 2. Now I'm going to switch the x's and the y's so I can look for my new y, which is your input. Okay? So if I switch it, this y becomes an x equals 1/2, and then this x becomes a y plus 2. All right? Now to get y by itself, first thing I'll do is I'll subtract 2 from both sides. Subtract 2. Color. So I'll subtract 2 from both sides. All right, and that gives me, switching it around, I'll have 1/2 y equals x minus 2. These two twos cancel each other out, they add up to 0. And then to get y by itself, I'll multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 1/2. So I'll multiply by 2 over 1, and then multiply this whole expression by 2 over 1. On the right side, these are inverses, so they neutralize each other, add up to multiply out to 1. And then over here, we're going to have to distribute 2 over 1 to both terms. Okay? All right, so when you distribute, you're going to have 2x as a consequence of multiplying 2 over 1 times x, and 2 over 1 times 2 is 4. And this is your inverse. G negative 1 of x, the inverse of the original function, is 2x minus 4. Okay? Now let's go ahead and look at the graph, verify with the graph that our answer is correct. Start out by drawing the graph of g of x. So g of x equals 1/2 x plus 2. And for this, I know the slope is 1 over 2, which basically means you rise 1 and you run 2, starting from your y-intercept, which is positive 2. Okay? Let's go ahead and graph that, and then I'll look at the inverse. So that goes my y coordinate, and then my x coordinate. Let's put in the arrows and label my axis. This is my y-axis. This is my x-axis. Now, starting from the y-intercept, which is 2, I'm going to rise 1 and run 1, 2. Let's put in more points, rise 1, run 2, rise 1, run 2. And I can pull 1 back up on 2. Put in the more points you put, the more accurate your graph will be, okay? All right, now let's go ahead and look at the graph of the, let's draw the graph first. Draw the line of G. Okay, this is the graph of G of x. All right, now we're going to shift our attention to drawing the graph of the inverse of G. So we have G to the negative 1 of x is 2x minus 4. So the slope m is 2 over 1, which means you're going to rise 2 and run 1 starting from where? The y-intercept, which is negative 4. Okay? So start out by drawing the y-intercept, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to rise 2, run 1. 3 more points, rise 2, run 1. Rise 2, run 1. Rise 2, run 1. Rise 2, run 1. Okay? You see all these points I'm putting in? The more points you put, the more accurate your graph will be. Okay? Let's go ahead arrows indicate that they extend to infinity in both directions. All right, now we want to draw the reflecting line y equals x to see if our graph is correct. So starting from 0, we know the line y equals x has a slope of 1. So it goes rise 1, run 1, starting from 0 on y next slope is 0. Rise 1, run 1, rise 1, run 1, rise 1, run 1. Perfect. You see where these two lines intersect? It intersects there, which is an indication that our answer is accurate. Okay? So let's go ahead and draw our dotted line right through there. This is just a mirror line, y equals x. Okay? So that's exactly what we want. Now let's label our graphs, and that will be that. So this line that we drew first is a function g of x equals 1/2 x plus 2. So the line right here is the inverse, g inverse of x equals 2x minus 4. And then this line right here is the line y equals x. Okay? All right, so there you have it. So since three lines intersect at a point, and this is a reflection of this, that shows that our inverse is correct. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel just by clicking up here. More videos can be found on my.com. Thanks again and have a wonderful day.